Well, hello, my beautiful Leo. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your monthly reading for August 2023. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about to pretend to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings. I do not take your money, gifts, donations. I'm not on Facebook, WhatsApp, PayPal, Telegram, or Patreon. I will never ask you for your credit card details. I will never ask for personal details, and I'll also never give you a cell phone number to call. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Leo, this is your monthly reading for August 2023. I'm going to get all of your cards first before I connect to an outcome. But first of all, happy birthday to all those wonderful Leos who've had their birthday, and of course to those who have yet to come. I hope your day is as magical as you are. Now we have officially moved into your season. August increases your passion for all things and sets your soul ablaze. It is a powerful influence this month that helps you enhance energy, increases your focus, and encourages you to find more fun in your life doing the things that you love, following your heart, and extending your compassion to all you meet. Now, you are at the center stage of your life this month as more opportunities to live your best life flows your way. You may feel compelled to travel, get creative, book that class, party or barbecue with friends, try new things, soak up the season of abundance, and of course rekindle that lust for life. However, it's not all plain sailing. This month could also see some bumps in the road due to some planetary alignments. Now, we do have one super full moon on the 1st or 2nd of August, depending on where you are in the world. And of course, you could be feeling a little bit more sensitive than usual because we also have a new moon on the 16th of August and a very rare super blue moon on the 30th of August or 31st, depending on where you are. Now, this time period can interfere with sleeping patterns and, can also make you feel a little bit more brain foggy, shall we say, than usual. However, it is a perfect time to really use that extra gravitational pull of energy to attract more of what your heart desires into your world. Now, Uranus actually is muscling in this month, and it can bring some very unpredictable surprises because it squares with the new moon on the 16th. Now, the new moon is all about new beginnings, and it really requires you to be flexible during this time because when Uranus is in the mix, new beginnings could be forced upon you. So, for example, if you know that a food substance doesn't quite agree with you, it may come to a critical climax this month, forcing you to cut it out forever and embrace a new lifestyle choice. Now, Uranus is all about shocks and awakenings, so you may actually feel the reality of a situation more intensely, something that needs to be cut out of your life, whether it's a situation, a person, or a way of living. Uranus will force your hand to make the changes necessary. On a global scale, you may actually notice the launch of new policies, restrictions, or rules quicker than usual or quicker than you were expecting, which may come as a little bit of a surprise. For example, earlier launches of digital currencies or governmental policies that will surprise the collective, and it can also indicate that whilst you're being encouraged to embrace a new society and a new way of living, there can be an element of anxiety or unease about changes. Now, of course, humans, we don't like change, so I feel you're in control of those changes. I definitely see that looking by your cards at the moment. I definitely see that you're being guided out of any difficulty, so I see a positive energy for you. But also, I want you to be aware that Mercury retrogrades from the 23rd of August, and this time it moves through the sign of Virgo. So this will actually be a pretty intense retrograde for us all. It's a time where we all cast a very critical eye on our past mistakes and how we can do better, get more organized, and get life back on track to find an alternative approach or to create a backup plan. Also, you may experience like electronic devices, internet, or communication issues during this time. So I would double check spam folders for any important messages, because Mercury retrograde can play havoc with anything that's important, especially when it comes to communication. Now, also, it's not all doom and gloom. I want you to be aware that on a more positive note, we have Lionsgate. Now, this is where you get supercharged and you come to the fore, okay? This is the strongest portal. It's the 8-8 portal. It transforms your manifestation ability to the max. You have, the strongest potential there to increase prosperity during this period. It's a perfect time for launching new ideas, for launching new businesses. Also, it's a great time to release outdated bad habits, heal old wounds, and really look forward to the future with your head held high, feeling proud of yourself, of the journey that you've been taking so far. And I feel like you've come a long way. There has been a lot of struggle, and this season asks you to really kick back, relax, recharge your batteries, and attract more fun and laughter into your life, okay? Now, also, I know that's a lot of energy to deal with, but you're also governed by your 7th, your 1st, and your 8th house during this period. So you're going to be really focusing on relationships, partnerships, people that you really care about, how you integrate with those people, what works for you, who's got your back. But also some of you may think about setting up businesses with people that you trust. Any partnerships, really, romance, business, friendships, they'll be coming to the fore. You'll be a little bit more discerning about the company that you keep, but in particular, if you are looking for love and you haven't found love, this is a perfect time to get out there. There's a high potential for you to meet someone who is on the same frequency as you. And of course, your 1st house really dominates you this month. And that's all about the self, your identity. Some of you may feel like revamping your look or your wardrobe. You may look at what makes you unique to stand out from the crowd in all areas of your life. Even though, my beautiful Leo, you don't like to naturally stand out from the crowd, you just have a natural energy and a brilliant light about you that you naturally stand out from the crowd. But I feel a lot of you will do some soul searching this month for your place in the world. And if you've been feeling unhappy with any aspect of your life, now is the time to focus on setting changes that will be for the better. And of course, your 8th house really comes to the fore at the end, and that's about your joint finances. So you'll be looking at your mortgages if you have one, or if you're trying to get one, repayment plans or credit card debt. This is a house that really transforms your finances for the better, and it increases your money. So you'll be looking at your budgets, making sure that there's more money in your pocket for the long term. Also, it's a great time to put money-making ideas into practice. Now, your first card is the World card, so you're going to be really, really busy. You're going to be starting projects, finishing what you start. I definitely see that you're going to be very productive this month. The World card can also indicate that you're setting new goals for yourself. You're entering into new chapters in your energy, and I feel, this is a card of integration. So if you've been in hermit mode for a while, because we do have hermit mode right there, if some of you have felt a little bit more withdrawn than usual, deep down, you may actually want to shy away from the crowd, but I definitely get a sense that you will be integrating yourself, especially for your birthday month. And I know, of course, I'm reading this in July, so some of you, you're having birthdays right now, but for August, I definitely see you being a little bit more sociable than usual. Invitations coming in, even like small ones, like if you are in an office, being invited out for like work drinks or summer parties. I just get a sense that you're starting to find that sparkle and that glitter energy about you. Now, also, some of you, if you don't work in an office, or you're retired, or you work for yourself, I definitely get a sense you're going to be a bit more sociable within the community. So you may be picking up hobbies, or maybe taking up a class, or even connecting to friends that you haven't seen for a while. But ultimately, the World card is all about success. It's about completing tasks and responsibilities, and being in the flow, being in balance. And I feel like you're looking at your goals, your final destinations of what it is that you want to accomplish. And I feel some of you may briefly go off grid really to get some focus so that you're not actually distracted or derailed from your path. But whatever it is you're building, it's going to bring a lot of peace, a lot of prosperity, a lot of abundance. And I feel you're being disciplined to get things done. Now, some of you with the World card there in the Chariot, you may be either taking a vacation or a little quick trip for your birthday. I definitely see that, well, I see someone offering something to you for free this month. I mean, it could be as small as a coffee. You may be like, hey, it's my birthday. And they're like, here's a coffee, happy birthday. I get a sense that you're going to get something for free or something that surprises you. It's definitely a gift, but I feel like it's not actually on your birthday. Okay, so it's not intended as a birthday gift. So I hope that makes sense. There's just definitely something coming through here, like an unexpected surprise. It's just going to give you a spring in your step. But the World card, I feel some of you may be looking at your place in the world. Whenever you get to the world, it's about, your community at large, how you fit in your little patch of the world, and how you can make a difference and make things better. And I definitely see that some of you are either wanting to make a great move at some point in your life, whether it is to relocate, whether it is to emigrate, or whether you're just thinking about the long term where you would like to settle down, eventually retire to. I definitely see that you're looking at the bigger picture this month. Now, we also have the Six of Swords. I feel like you have been tested quite heavily. You've been going through a very difficult period, and I'm sending you a huge amount of hugs there because I know that the energy can be really exhausting at the moment. And I definitely see that some of you are like a little bit fed up of always giving. And things have been really draining, whether you're giving your energy to a project or to a person or to just a situation in general. I feel that there's a lethargy here, and I feel things have been difficult. And I feel you're going to recharge your batteries this month and feel a little bit more energized. And that's mainly because of the planetary alignments. Just watch out around about the moon periods, because that's when you can feel extra drained, especially that blue moon. Okay, that's going to be a very strong one. Now, the Six of Swords indicates that you're being protected in any difficult situations and you're being guided out of difficulty. This is a card where some of you may feel that you're in a bit of a transition period. You're in between, you're exploring your options. So whether you're in between a job or a situation, or you have to make some sort of compromise or a decision on something, I feel you're going to be a little bit cerebral at the beginning of the month, where you're in your head trying to make some major decisions about obstacles that perhaps have been in your path, because I feel that you've been going through a major evolution. You've been maturing in a situation, and you're really being discerning about who or what gets a place in your life, because you're fed up of giving your energy into the void to things that just don't matter. Okay, some of you may even apply that energy to your current working environment if you are in one. For example, if, filing takes up way too much of your time, you may find, an alternative approach to filing. You may find that, you either delegate to someone to like scan it and keep it online, or whether you find a new improved process to streamline your energy and just not waste your time. I really get a sense of you looking at areas where you can, revamp your schedule. And I feel that you're going to have a little bit more me time because of it. Because I feel that you have perhaps been on the go recently, and you just haven't been able to have the time to connect to things that really interest you, that you really want to connect to. Now, we do have the Hermit energy. I feel whatever it is that you've been through has taught you a really harsh lesson, okay? Whether it is about overgiving, because we've got the Temperance card and the Queen of Cups in the resistance position. I feel like you've had a very difficult lesson recently. It could be that someone, there was an indiscretion. Maybe you trusted someone and they, betrayed your confidentiality, or perhaps there is... I just feel this, like some of you may feel that you've been connecting to situations where there's cliques and you feel like you're on the outside looking in. That could be in a community, it could be in the family unit, it could be in your working environment. I get a sense here that something has made you go a little bit inwards and made you feel a little bit like restless, and I feel that you've been searching for answers about something, and clarity will be yours this month, okay? Also, the Hermit energy, I feel trusting your instincts, very important. Six of Swords energy tells me that if you're having to make some sort of decision, I get a sense that, you know, going inwards for answers, you will find what you are looking for, and you'll have the wisdom and truth to come to. Let me get my teeth back in my mouth. The wisdom and truth will come to you in moments of silence. So just watch out for that. Also, I would say it's really important to manage the level of openness you have to bad news, okay? So for example, I mean, you know, there's lots of news that bombards us every day, and I feel some of you are just trying to limit your connection to negative things because you have noticed that you absorb a lot of energy. You are an empath, and I feel that you've been cutting out things like news sources. You're still finding a way to be informed, but I feel with the Six of Swords and the Hermit energy, I feel like there's just this jadedness or this like lethargy. It's like, oh my gosh, everything's so negative at the moment, whether that's people, whether that's you know, news sources, whether it's adverts on the radio or on the television. I get a sense that everything's like sucking the life out of you right now. And as we approach, you know, August, and we're actually, I'm reading for August, I feel like you get a sense of vitality, you recharge your batteries, but you're cutting out negative like experiences. So whether it is like a negative advert comes on the television, you're turning it off, or, you know, if you've got that friend who's always seeing like life as the glass half, you know, empty, I feel like you're just stepping away a little bit because I feel you're just a little bit fed up with that, okay? Now we do have the inner teacher, and it's in the resistance position, so it's like I got it in the reverse. I feel you've been taught something recently where your intuition was telling you something was off, okay? Now this could be something personal. It could also be something you're dealing with or someone you're dealing with. It could be someone in a position of authority. Perhaps you are keeping an eye on things and there's just something that makes you feel uneasy and you don't trust it right now. I feel like your intuition is bang on point. So please listen to it. It will never lead you astray. On a more like basic level, I'm really getting a sense of you desiring to want to learn something that you're passionate about. It could be the piano. It could be something artistic. It could be something for your job in order to elevate you. If you are in the career environment, I definitely see that you are leveling up financially, and I feel like you're using the knowledge that you have to staircase, and there's, you know, elevation to promotion here for you. I feel like you're going places in your career. If you're not in a career and you're focusing, I mean, you could be retired or you could be someone who, you know, maybe you work from home. I definitely see an energy of you finding your niche or finding your purpose and really running with that. So if you work from home, for example, I see more clients coming in. I definitely see you elevating, and even maybe taking a class online or something that helps you try to like transform your finances, because I definitely get a sense here that there's more money coming in, that you're working towards being financially independent, and whatever it is you're reaching for, you're going to have it. It's going to be successful. And if you are retired, for example, I really get a sense that you are seeking more wisdom, you know, thinking about your place in the world, really thinking about your retirement, how to spend that, whether you are happy where you're at or whether you want to go abroad, or I get a sense that you desire to see new cultures, have new experiences, meet new people, and really, you know, inform yourself by, you know, exchanges rather than just reading online. Some of you, of course, will be picking up lots of books, but at the same time, I get this desire to go traveling or desire to see the world is what I'm picking up on here, okay? Now, with the this is the Hierophant. It's in the resistance position. So some of you may have, I mean, the Hierophant in the resistance position, it is like I got it in the reverse. So it can indicate that some of you have had difficulty trusting authority figures, or that perhaps you feel there is someone in a position of power in your life, whether it's a boss or a CEO or just an establishment where you feel they're abusing their power. I feel like you're really like feeling quite impatient about the circumstances. And I feel there's just this question like, do they not have empathy? Do they not understand? And I feel that's a big question on your mind at the moment, where you're looking at the world at large, and even on a more localized scale. I feel some of you are really like confused about people's approach to others. It's almost like everybody's in a selfish mode, and you are someone who has a beautiful heart. You know, Leos are known for their loyal heart, and you just didn't come to this lifetime this way. You weren't made this way. You tend to be someone who is an overgiver. You care about people. You're very loving. You're very compassionate. And I feel like you're looking at people in your life right now, or circumstances, like maybe even on a global scale, like, how is it that some people can be so narrow-minded or so selfish or all for themselves? How is it that, people can cause such conflicts because they're bored or they feel a sense of failure, so they need to try and derail other people? And I really get a sense that you're safeguarding yourself against these sort of people. So whether it's someone you work with, or whether it's someone who's in your community who always kind of like knocks your dreams or doesn't support you, I really feel like you're taking a step back from that. Also, I feel some of you are compelled to take a class, and it could be a class of learning, whether it could be like online, because I'm picking up like energy about online classes, and I would be a little bit mindful, especially if the class starts at the end of August because of Mercury retrograde, because I get a sense that either you'll be locked out on a password, or it doesn't work, the site doesn't work, or something like that. So just watch out for that. I would say if it's a timed workshop, I would like check in maybe 10 minutes before the workshop should you have any difficulties, because I get a sense of someone being locked out with a password this month, okay? This is a Leo is what I'm picking up on. Nobody likes to hear that. I always hate it when they say, you should change your password. And then you put in your password, and they're like, not a password that you've already used. It's like, what? Well, I just put that in, and you said it wasn't the password, and now you're asking me to change the password. However, I'm using the password I thought it was, but you're saying not one that's already been used. Well, that was the password. Why didn't you let me in? So I really get a sense of frustration coming through as well, okay? Now, the Temperance card in the resistance position, some of you may have been feeling, a little bit of either a lack of purpose, or you're searching for a little bit more, life's meaning right now, and you may have felt that things are a little bit chaotic, or there's been something disruptive in your life and you've been feeling out of control. Well, you're definitely recharging and taking back your power and establishing yourself a little bit more this month. And I definitely get a sense here that it could be a project that you want to get off the ground, or an idea, or it could even be that you're trying to move forward on something and it's just been delay after setback, after roadblock, and I feel like you're smashing through that, and suddenly you are elevating and moving forward. There's an increase, shall we say, in your prosperity, in your energy, in your creative output, and I get a sense that things are on the up for you and going from strength to strength. The Queen of Cups, I feel lately you've been taught a lesson about self-care. So perhaps some of you have been, running on empty. You've been like close to burnout. You're feeling really exhausted. I get a sense that this period, whilst the energy is about recharging your soul and, setting your world ablaze, it's also about connecting to higher boundaries and establishing self-care routines. So I definitely get a sense that, you've been pouring from an empty cup recently, and I feel, recharging and refilling yourself is really important. This is the month to really do that, okay? So lots of self-care going on there, and self-love. Also, I gotta be honest, what I'm getting a sense that you're losing patience with a friend that perhaps asks for your advice all the time and then never takes it, okay? This person, I feel that this person, how can I put it? They really value your input, but ultimately humans, they tend to do what they are normally going to do. And I really get a sense that this person may not take your advice this time round, but they will see that your advice was the right one to take. It's unfortunate they won't take your advice, but I definitely see that they're going to come back to you and tell you, I should have listened to you actually, because you were right. So that's coming through there too. Now, the Queen of Cups, this is about your dreams, your goals, something that you love. And I feel like you're going to be, almost like going off grid to really focus on something that's really important to you. But also I get a sense here of you listening to your heart, which is the best way to move forward. And I do feel like you will be a little bit more sensitive than usual, but I also get an energy here of you, like, it's like you're powering up. I feel like you're taking charge in some way in your life. And yes, there is travel, and some of you will go on a trip that actually recharges your battery and gives you more clarity about the direction you're headed in. I definitely see you being very productive this month, and something that you're reaching for, you will actually achieve it. Okay, the Sun card is your card. It's all about Leo. This is about the sense of self, and it's about you and your time to shine. I get a sense here with the illumination card, of course the Sun card, relationships start to blossom. So if you are looking for love, I do see that there is a flirtation coming in for you. Ultimately, I see you connecting to somebody, but it will lead to something a little bit more serious later on. I feel for the month of August, it is, you know, communication, back and forth, flirtation, and it's something that's budding. It's starting from, you know, starting from the very beginning. So I feel like it's going to be very passionate, very intense, and you can see a future with this person. But at the same time, I feel, I mean, there could be a distance between you and this person or you are taking a vacation or have some sort of travel planned. And I feel there is a wait before you both get back on track. I do feel this is someone who would be long-term in your life, but I feel like there's just a little bit of a pause during this season because I feel you both did not expect to meet each other and you've got other plans, okay? Not other plans with other people. I just get a sense that, you know, travel, yeah, I just get travel. It could be for work, but I get a sense for fun, okay? Now, the Sun card also is a really important card because it indicates that everybody loves you this season. I mean, they tend to really love you anyway, but I get a sense here that it's not that you don't like people, it's that sometimes you feel a little bit overwhelmed. People expect you to either perform all the time or be there all the time. And I really get a sense that you're going to be a little bit pushed and pulled in many directions. So you may desire to go out and be a little bit more sociable, but at the same time, it's really important to take some rest because I get a sense that, like at the beginning of the month, I get a sense that you really don't want to get out there, and by the end of the month, you're like, where's the party at? I think you're going to be the life and soul of the party, wherever it's at, okay? Now, I do feel if you've been searching for answers on something, you will achieve your goal. You're going to be very successful at that. You will get the answers you desire, but also I feel like there is more confidence and awakening within you. I do feel like you learn a very valuable lesson this month as well about friendship. Okay, that's what I'm picking up on. And the Ace of Wands, the universe is delivering you a major transformation, a portal of change for you this month. And I actually feel for you, it comes in around about the 8-8 portal. Could even be around about the 9th of August, 10th. Either side, I feel it's really important that there is a major transformation going on, and it's connected to your bigger dream. That's what they're giving me. It is a time where you get inspired and you're going to start to see things having a lot more potential, something that you've been either visualizing. It opens you up to a world of adventure, and I also get a sense that you're turning your dreams into reality. And financially, I definitely see that you're bossing up regarding your like pay packet, or you are being very wise on your investments, and I get a sense that there's like more coming in. They're giving me the word dividends. So maybe some of you either own your own company or you have invested in companies that pay dividends. You may actually get more money than you expected this month, okay? We got the Chariot card. This is a card of success, okay? This is about movement forward, obstacles being removed, you making progress, you dedicating yourself to something that is very important to you, and I feel like you will be victorious. I mean, these three cards alone tell me that whatever it is you have your eyes set on, or your mind and your heart set on, it shall be yours. And you've got the energy and the power to accomplish great things. I feel like you're cutting out anything that wastes your time, okay? And you're learning the word no. I mean, we all know that the word no exists, but sometimes it's really hard for people to express it and say, no, that's not something I want to do. And I feel you are letting go of like any expectations and saying, no, it's not something I want to do. And I feel like you're not actually even going to explain yourself. I feel like you're just establishing boundaries that are really healthy. Of course, you're going to be diplomatic, you're not going to be rude, but at the same time, I feel like you are done being so flexible all the time with everybody. I feel now you're putting your own needs first. And with the Chariot card, I feel there is a change of direction for you. And I get a sense here that you have to make a decision whether you take a left or a right in your world. Also, I see some of you have been saving for a car, or maybe you want to upgrade your car. I definitely see that happening for you. And I see that actually it's less money than you thought it would be. Okay, there's some sort of deal that perhaps you get. It could be like 10% off, or it could be like a deal they're doing that day where it's a little bit of money off. I definitely see that you're going to get a really great deal for that. And with the Nine of Pentacles, the Nine of Pentacles is really about living a life of luxury, or working towards that level of, having a, sufficient financial package in the bank or in your pocket. It's really about having fun. And it's about, freeing yourself up a little bit more. Some of you may be launching like a new business, or you've had something bubbling up for a while, an idea that you're going to put into practice this month, and it's going to be very, very lucrative. The Nine of Pentacles also is about, your security in the world, being disciplined with what you've got, and, creating a budget. Nine of Pentacles is really about keeping a tight rein on your finances when it's paired with the Chariot card there. And I feel like you are in a very creative mode as well. So some of you may actually get out into nature and create, or you may actually be a little bit more discerning about the things that you do this month, or the people you connect to. I feel like you're being very disciplined. Towards the end of the month, I definitely see that you're lightening up a little bit more. I feel the beginning of the month, there's something that you need to focus on seriously. And I definitely see that you're connecting to not just, the day-to-day responsibilities. I feel that you are I feel like you may learn a new electronic gadget, or something that enhances your phone, or you may learn a little bit more about your phone or your computer, the things it can do that you haven't perhaps discovered yet. They're just giving me this energy of discovery, okay, that helps your life infinitely. Now, for those of you who are in business, the Nine of Pentacles, I feel like you will be very self-sufficient financially. I mean, even if you're not in business, I feel like that you're in total control of your finances. And some of you may be setting up a new creative endeavor to bring in more. And I definitely see that that will set you on the road to success. Ultimately, I feel at the beginning of the month, you're exhausted. And you just can't wait to slow down the pace a little bit more, but ramp up the fun or the excitement, or a little bit more spontaneity into your world. And I feel some of you are yearning for an adventure, and I definitely see that things start moving ahead quite quickly for you in the direction of your dreams. So I'm quite excited. The month itself, although there are some planetary alignments are a little bit difficult, I see that you're putting yourself in a really good position to weather any changes, and I feel like you're supercharged and ready for action. Finishing your tasks, maybe doing a little bit of DIY around the home space, really focusing on you and making your world a sanctuary where you can thrive and find that happiness. And of course, happiness comes from within. So I feel a lot of you will be either soul searching, or maybe you're even taking a spiritual retreat, or you're thinking about doing one. I definitely get a sense that you are trying to reconnect to your higher self. You may implement spiritual practices that perhaps you've let go by the wayside. You haven't done it for a while, or maybe there was a spiritual book that you were reading, and you put it down for a little bit, and you were so busy you couldn't pick it back up again. I think this is the month that you're going to do that. Ultimately, the Chariot card indicates that you are going from strength to strength, and with your discipline, your confidence, and your bravery, you will be victorious in anything that you put your hand to. Now, your final cards, we have Fury, bushfires, okay? Now, this is a very interesting card, because this is really it really connects to the blue supermoon, because that's a time where we purge extreme emotions. Some of you may have been really trying to manage your pressure or the stress levels in your life, and you're trying not to be so reactionary. Because you're a fire element, you're naturally someone who goes from 0 to 100 like within seconds, but only if you're pushed. You really wouldn't want to go there. Normally you lead with a beautiful, pure heart, but recently, because the pressure has been on, I feel there's been something in your world that has been a little bit like out of control or chaotic, and it's been pushing your buttons. I mean, it could even be a person. So I feel some of you are trying to turn your life around. It's number 10 there, which is a Wheel of Fortune energy, and I feel like you're making your energy work for you now, so that you're channeling like emotions that perhaps, or reactionary into a more healthier way of life. So for example, if you've got excess energy, rather than someone pushing your buttons and you reacting to it, I feel like you're taking a step back, recognizing that they really have no impact on your world, and you're channeling that energy into art or into the gym, or into just doing something for you, because you are you, and that is your superpower, and no one gets the invitation, shall we say, to mess with your energy unless you allow them to. Okay. Now also with this card, this is an interesting energy because it does indicate that anger can be a very healthy emotion. It is an indication that something is not well in your world, or is something that you're carrying with you. But fury can be an energy that is detrimental to your health, okay? Because if we carry that level of fury within us, it actually hurts us and doesn't hurt the other person. So I feel like you've been learning a big lesson about that over your lifetime. And with that super blue moon at the end of the month, I actually see that you're purging a lot of these emotions and releasing it. And also, fury is, fury is only necessary when it's like survival mode, okay? When your survival requires it. And right now, I get a sense here that you're trying to like live a healthier lifestyle, cut out things that perhaps make you feel bloated, or hormonal changes. I feel like you are trying to reorganize your diet so that you can connect to things that are healthier for you. And of course, I don't like to mention this either. I'm picking up an energy of some of you having booked some travel where there could be some major bushfires, okay? I mean, I think we've probably all seen it on the news, and some of you may have to delay your holiday or vacation, or may have to rethink your holiday plans due to the destination, okay, that perhaps you are meant to go to. So for some of you, if you've planned to go to Greece, for example, you may actually have to delay, or you may have to rebook in some way. I mean, there's kangaroos there as well, so for some of you it may even be Australia. So please take it as it resonates. It's not going to resonate for everyone. Now, of course, we've got inner core. Okay, and it says here solidity. So I feel things that have been really scattered are actually going to turn around for you and become very, very peaceful. This card is number 18. It connects to the moon card, and that's things that have been uncertain, I feel turn around, and I feel it becomes a much more positive situation. I feel like you're staying constant to your endeavors, and you're not coming off the beaten track. I feel like you're sticking to your plans, and you are not going to stop until you make progress. And I also get a sense here that you tend to keep your promises, and I feel you're a really good friend, and I feel there's someone here who will do you an incredible favor later on in life, just because you're being you. You're not doing something to help other people to get something back, but I feel later on in life someone is going to do you a major favor because you have been so generous with your time, your energy, and it'll come at the right moment. That's all they're giving me on that, okay? Now also they're giving me an energy of we have a very loud world that is full of distraction, whether it's phones, whether it's news. This is coming up again. It came up earlier. I feel like you're actually like cutting off any distractions this month to find a little bit more peace in your world, only connecting to things that elevate your energy, and that stems across the board, whether it's food substances or, you know, what you watch or what you listen to. I really feel that you're being more precise about the things that you let into your life, including people. And finally, we have life breath. Okay, as you can see, this figure is blindfold. So she's actually, well, she's kind of blindfold. She's listening to her heart. And this is about taking a breath, really recharging your batteries. And it's number 27. When you reduce it, 2 plus 7 is 9, of course, which is the hermit energy, to take a withdrawal. And I feel you're going to do that at the beginning of the month, and then later on, things are going to get a little bit more exciting for you. But this card really is about you actually focusing on your breath. And sometimes when you feel pressure or fear or anxiety or even fury, it really pents up that energy and it makes you almost hold your breath because you're living life like on the edge all the time, on the edge of your seat. You're so busy, you're always on the go, so you're never giving yourself that time to really slow down, to breathe. So I do see some of you will actually be connecting to like yoga practices or trying to catch your breath this month. And I feel like you're really going to be focusing on your health as well. And whatever, you know, even if it's a quick trip, it's going to really like make your soul feel so much better. Okay. I definitely see a lot of you like taking a trip to family members or to soul tribe members this month and just having a good time, really enjoying their company and the smaller things in life that actually tend to be the most important things in life. I feel like you're trying to bring a simplicity to your life, and I feel there has been a lot of drama going on, but I definitely see there's more peace, more prosperity, and I feel like you are on the right track. Even if you've been feeling that a little bit stuck, I feel the answers that you seek will come to you this month and really help you move forward in quite, you know, a profound way. Now I'm just going to go and get a rune before we close. I've mixed up the runes and the trinkets just for a little bit more depth. Oh, look at that. Peace. We got the peace rune there. So definitely peace of mind, things just taking an easier pace for you, things getting infinitely better for you, and the start of something. Maybe you're starting up a new project or a new idea, or you're going to feel a little bit more creative than usual, and it just helps you purge some emotions, get some of that energy out, and channel things in a really healthy way. And finally, we have the birch rune, which is all about becoming. Okay, it's almost like, I mean, this is a rune that connects to birth. So it could be that you're birthing an idea. It could be that some of you are literally giving birth. So congratulations. Also, I feel it's more like becoming. Things are starting to slot into place for you. And they're also giving me this energy of, if you suffer from anxiety or worry, that you're going to find that breath within you that helps you just see things in a very slow way that calms down the anxiety. I feel like you're taking control of your anxiety in a very natural way. Okay, but anything that you start during this period, it's going to be very successful indeed. Even if it's like the smallest little idea, it's going to turn into something really big, something really successful, and your future self will thank you for it. This month is your month. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it there. I hope something resonates in this reading for you. If it does, please like and subscribe to my channel, completely free for you. All you have to do is press a little bell that lets you know when I update my next message. It lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is so important for me too. Thank you so much, my beautiful Leo. Love and light.